right, live on Inside the Game, your #1 sports podcast, Adom TV YouTube channel. Also be catch yonko. Share the link. Share the link. Now, share the link, you know. Now, be now I enjoy. I'm sure Mama Akwaba and from Inside the Game. So, and I'm Adom so Kunya Kasia and Maba Betanzui. Eric Aseru Bodi, Kejuan Ankasa. Now, Kunya Kasia and there. 29th of May, 2025. Kotoni mabos me de toso aduonu nkron wa afim pinu ene aduonu numo maba be somwe. Abusia kan ho ene so ye I mean this is a different kind of of show I had inside the game, so and you can't afford to miss it. And if you are watching like I earlier said, Bomodina share now for front so intimate be Oba Adom TV YouTube channel no so now subscribe we are not like it or comment no so obetim the atwas here we impression about this show no now let me at the atwas here my yakin kind at the amount in our subsequent episode of Inside the Game. And then many the winning team at Nasi Ayababe Bobo UEFA Champions League Grand Finale ebetoja ewo Munich ebetoja on and for I show Inter and Paris Saint-Germain. Simone Inzaghi, Luis Enrique Martinez. What a game, what a match it will be. Don't forget, say Nyame Adom actually nyina betodwa. Oh, T Havana, oh Tema Community 9. And adwuma de betodwa nti Asempa FM UCL Final no. El say oye de ushia wo Tema TMA Community 9 T Havana na de ade share so fiti anopa no wotwe. E recopim se ni wa bebre. Abusha many e call amwasi. Our online editor or ha many ba be bo enkomo unim say Chelsea atimi asifamu a omagye UEFA Conference League no na omagye no dede no edoso e wo say Chelsea fans no ne no ebo nkomo. Liverpool, they are still in their celebration mood after winning their 20th title. Yes, also in the kwache so ha omo and am no eba be di dwuma yi. Shano so say after say Enra Conference League Grand Finale ni to dwa no ye boaboa ho for UCL Final na ebeba so between Inter Womni Paris Saint-Germain and yebisa English Premier League top 5 you know we omo qualify along with Tottenham Hotspur. Omo so nya kwenya ombebo due to so omo win the Europa League na. I mean, how is the dynamics? What is the kind of impact near this season per the way performances in this between all these clubs, most especially the top 5, you know, who is it here? Say about Unity Cup and the Black Stars of Ghana, Eko Remu Ewo Ingresi, Brentford Stadium, why GTech Community Stadium, Economy Yetimu Bako, Super Green Eagles of Nigeria, there be no more derby because you love derby, almost saying, Ekabi no Yetimu Bako. There were new, players. Omo make you debut. Then I should go yes, I don't know all impression about that for her. One be on that. And then Nations FC, they are on the verge of securing their first Premiership title. Our Ghana Premier League. Nations FC, Ombe to my idea no. And Ombe to now I Bibiani Gold Stars from nowhere Oma Babeje. And then Uremua. Division 1 League, your playoff Ebaso. You say all black they are qualified. How forces no? I come say zone 3. Now qualify. So between 11 Wonders and RTU, how is it going to be? Where any near you be doing come? Mami Kwaba for na mama Kwaba, and then we continue from there. Eko me mo Kwaba.
Yeah.
Bibi aboko there. Mental power no. I say power no fam.
Bibi are fine.
Bibi are fine. Na Chelsea form saying.
Saying.
Because as a man winning year, someone na me the first club in Europe.
As a who name say winning.
Nti say there na ekoso.
I will say I say
yes when yaji. Say yaji. Ba mo na mo hye jesi am mo celebration mood na me bisa mo. Say na ekọ na ma ekoso ni.
Oh, ekọ there yaji. I mean, team be are going to faces. That's where we started.
Yeah.
They went through that stage.
Yeah.
And every club they are going through that cycle. Liverpool also, it's just they didn't come out.
Yeah.
I mean, their second Premier League title after how many years? 30 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, new ownership, new players. Most of
5 years old.
No, also most second, you know. Yes, in 30 years, 2020 now, mu break just J after 30 years, you know, and now your second one met me here. So he's right.
So, we should Chelsea team now. most of online portals, most of all analysts, pundits, saying experience, and so I'm going through this process. For the past 3 years, Todd Bowley clearly for the team. Not so much me. One, we need their first trophy in Europe, and a domestic couple in Europe, and then also, I mean, qualifying for the championship.
Yeah.
I mean, big, huge achievement. Of course, you said they've invested close to £1 billion. But every team, every club, go through that process and that cycle. And so for Chelsea, there, I mean, so it's good. Say to me, yes, I mean, Conference League. People don't disregard it, and people don't regard it.
Yeah.
But for me, to me, yes, trophy now what we have already to complete that.
All the European majors, you know.
I mean, if you remember,
I was
they've not been able to complete all European trophies, and so over to me, I can say, and now, see our by England. And express to be specific, even talking of European trophies at Chelsea, nobody come close. I'm sure if you take away Liverpool, no team come close to Chelsea now.
Wow.
Mistake 1 or 2, but general nice one.
I say it tisimwa say ya kwani mara say no ekọ amwasi na wate ne ka no now Ousmane na kwache so wa ase America kan Ousmane na nyamam ti say die
komna nyame adom
na Liverpool
onso ni ajepa
Liverpool na Chelsea awe no kamani
onso ni ajepa
papa no wa carry madu for omo mu nyas dey o di Chelsea aje Conference League no wa we screen so
yes
ya na that's way
yes I'm not
Rhys James na ebo say here Enzo Maresca dia na ma vo vision ntimi nya no aba be ye
mayade mama mu mayade Enzo Maresca bo ejuma
say na
I predicted say I am Chelsea going into this encounter nanka I expected say this was going to be the toughest task or test in this competition say maybe I'm coffee fire last week I predicted say coming to face Manuel Pellegrini. Manuel Pellegrini, we're achieving so much. In the days at City, any idea, now me free say that experience, will come to play. And then you want to first half, more dominating first half, Say, first half, now Enzo. Enzo Maresca.
Enzo Jeremy's Fernandez.
Oh yeah, mistake akra. Line up me hu ye no na. Say another Chelsea leg match bi na more last game bi also
because I was asking myself say DNT na odi Benoit Badiashile ni Trevor Chalobah ebo as a center half. We send the Malo Gusto and ebo right back.
Good. Enti me hwe ni na me say Enzo Maresca enti nanya me wan say second half no ekotia no obesi tactically he edge Manuel Pellegrini or neutralize his good threat near the end. A friend is saying Cole Palmer came to the party. A friend saying Enzo Fernandez came to the party. We 4-1 in the final game. Because Manuel Cardoso ne Isco and Anthony in the middle, no. Now against
for now,
Chile, he's a French player. Kakra, Gustav. Gustav, yeah. Na account in the recovery near the end. Because he said, now Manuel Pellegrini first half no
but fortunately from Pablo Fornals to Isco and then Ezazuli etiminya that particular way.
Mark Corella no na just say wa pocket Anthony cry. Right side or the na just say Anthony on exactly. But left side na friend is saying Gustav and second half no share tactical way no already into the game or James very good forward
in terms of progression and
for those passes defending well.
The ball retention was also on point,
very good because now typical number 10 Ejumano na Isco first half or ball retention or breaking lines forward players and Israel really go or share Isco the contribution the impact. Isco typical number 10 or try Chelsea boys and they say look Kopama mache I mean, I think I'm over. But ball, no tennis ball, no. I mean, hold the ball, no, hold that play near there. Now, second half, and I'm Enzo Maresca, already those threats now, see, Otuchi, and Nina. I feel usually prior, and not just say, almost threats, no, already Anthony, no,
yeah.
And until now, at school, no, they find a way, as some men realize, and now, I say, don't say, you want to come, preparatory, come, cry, Kopama step it up. Multimania that victory. My idea now a community can say multima complete all the European
5 majors.
Yes, and main achievement.
Yeah,
you know you can't just underestimate that performance. Enzo Maresca ban say in comfortable brain say inexperienced squad near there. Even a lot of pundits. Now saying say just the last game, okay, say, I think he used the F word. Unfortunately, we use the F word. Nema pandits biana. I mean, and he has every right to. I mean, prove that those doubters wrong. Yeah, was I writing history at my Chelsea? Yeah. Those gone are the days are coach or Champions League.
Roberto Di
Matteo. You had squad na Bosingwa money, Bertrand money, but. Ultimate Champions League the following season and a Benitez also cried Europa good
against Benfica.
Chelsea history there Todd Bowley I mean the American investors now but no I trust it and we near the end I feel grand on Benny Makasi.
All right, Liverpool where the
Evans wait if I tell me Kitwe be me for Kitwe be can also in there. You see first half me who line up I was like this is not baby what are you doing? This is a cup game, one of final. You have to parade your best players. For me, and James Ibai, something happened. Second half, no. I'm best at none of Fred boys in because he knew that they were under pressure. And so it was say
so there was organization,
yes.
The leadership skills. It came to bear,
of course. And second half now. Once James Ibai, no, at that side now, they had the ball no foul. And even though no. And yeah, for crap on and
it was from it being the weakest link for Chelsea, it became the strongest link.
I mean, and even in yes, I don't know, Gina Rice had one cry. He was even inverting in midfield.
It's true,
you know. So for me, I think that I mean after game, no, Marisa Kasembi said I will say you're managing because of his injuries now, but. But this was a big game.
Grand finale for that matter.
All your best players to come to the party. And the last thing. Ousmane can say before Kopama, comparing Kopama and Isco. A bad experience that Isco is way
up there
compared to Kopama. But who will play a bit is a Kopama? No one is so betting a bad party. Don't restrict the player. Or restrict such players now. In the first half, no crowd won't go Kopama.
He didn't come to the party.
But second half, no buy no beer, playing me in the middle. No, look at him.
He got that free role. So
I mean,
pretty.
Who were Messi? Who was players like Neymar? Playing in your team, you don't restrict them. Give them the free role. Strategically and I said tactically, you want them to do defensive work for you. But Momo Kaino Mombo.
And they created the big chances for you.
I mean, or free. I mean, Palmer playing from the left or from the right or bam into the middle. I mean, look at the chances of creating. And so for me, I think that moving on, first season, which me had the trophy. But I also believe that next season, maybe the mistakes 1 or 2 be all year, and in the course of the season, he ran this season more. Probably he will improve on that and also try to challenge for big titles next season.
Right. I was inside the game right here on Adom TV, your YouTube channel. So my catch so unsubscribe yeah. Now I subscribe. I be so as a bell notification you know me so say be di foforo bia ba ya now so nsaka na wetimi ahama na ife. But be you know ye baba be call the most prestigious club competition across the continent of Europe. In the shape of the UEFA Champions League, UCL, baby, I do know. Yababa be Remu. Final, no. Inter, Paris Saint-Germain. Who is going to carry the day? Paris Saint-Germain. Omunya winning bidder. But Inter, they are winning 3 times. They are 3-time winners of the Champions League. Omba be do 4th. And I say PSG with Luis Enrique Martinez. Omba be breaking the gens. Etimiaje. What's your take? How is it going to be? PSG, Eko. Omba Etimiaje, Ana Inter. Now we are. Emra man short take. Also the man short take. You have got a big screen so. Near to the tactical and of course all the needed records are. I will say BBI kama pa.
PSG share Arsenal na make us say I think say they stand a very, very good chance of winning this year's Champions League.
Yeah.
My reason is very simple. Me kasa about numbers.
Okay.
I'm sure so your call big screen is why you better kasa for numbers.
Yes.
But Oshe Boa PSG about this season throughout the Champions League. And of course, Ube who said in the French Ligue 1, Oman shouldn't start here. Even in the Champions League, Oman shouldn't start here. Almost share City, you know, they were able to turn their season around. Everyone on my banner and I mean, confidence they are mojo back at the end to me the press they do into the final. But Evans, Oshe Boa, Omoni Arsenal boy, both at the Emirates and the Parc des Princes. I mean, clearly, to me, who said something has really changed at Barcelona? At PSG.
Yeah,
it's not that old same PSG I named that I know. So for me, Medinke Aka said, no disrespect to Inter Milan. Inter Milan, former champions, or more Jibida. But this PSG side, who said the way I am tipping them to win the Champions League this season, and it's simple. I believe that what can help them win the Champions League has to do with, it's going to be with their midfield.
Yeah.
For me, those three players, Titi no more. You think Obi also the other player, this
Fabian
Ruiz.
Fabian Ruiz Pena.
And between I can say
or height.
But João Neves and then Vitinha.
Yeah.
But and there's one thing about those three midfielders. Evans, almost big crab.
Okay.
I mean, look at Arsenal midfield, especially in the first league.
Yeah.
But this is a side or this is a team. They are comfortable with the ball. What they say, defend, what they and I did back say, Inter. I did back me. I'm so convinced. Say PSG bet me a winning ball. I mean, a winning the Champions League on Saturday. And he said, so mu lose ball no. Ma kind na ball no.
Yeah.
They will press you. What committee mistakes. And that's one thing about, I mean, a proper team. Into which Man City winning treble now the same thing.
Yeah.
Even Liverpool.
2023.
Even Liverpool.
Yeah.
They will want to keep the ball, draw you, then they will be able to counter
exploit your spaces.
And I think I'm going to say, apart from the midfield, the front three of PSG, I think they are dangerous than Inter.
Wow. The Kicha Kvaratskhelia, Desiree Doué, and Dembélé.
Whether Bracola or best started, whether I feel that they are potent to hit any big team on this planet.
Really?
And for me, I think so we'll talk about the numbers. But even they are making me know about this PSG side. And almost Bobo to set near Luis Enrique what Barcelona no. They are always confident. They want to keep the ball. Detective pace, locate the pockets.
Yeah.
Then they will be able to run through the channels. And I feel that even for Inter, no disrespect to them. Usha game in Chelsea is, I mean, Real Betis and Rana. Real Betis side, they were
yeah. In fact, Chelsea used the second ever youngest team.
Even in the Premier League.
Yeah, of course, sure. European final.
And Osha PSG team Noah, the midfield, any attack Noah, they can run. But I'm not quite sure about Inter.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm moving back and DeMarco need Dumfries, to me run But properly in midfield, I think that PSG will dominate. And I think that for me, that is where the threat will start from.
Okay.
Because Fabian Ruiz or Tumiko and him, even Hakimi, is able to pocket around the number 10 space. Right. So for me, Nuno Mendes will also try to do them, search forward. Patroni Marquinhos, great partnership. And so for me, I think that we'll talk about the numbers, but they are making me new.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect, we'll be back as saying Inter Barcelona free. That's another good point.
Yeah.
But comparatively, the way PSG ball no, they don't give the ball out. On person who hold the ball, no, they capitalize on your pocket areas in this animal. I think it's Saturday we are in for a game, but I've already tipped PSG, so bet me I win the Champions League.
That is a call for you. To see already Paris Saint-Germain, they have the numbers, they have what it takes, the capabilities. So bet me Ashe Inter na Omaje. Now also short one. Now you got big screen so.
Yeah, we are in for a very big game.
Yeah,
the two teams, they have the men. They have the men. Osha Juma Inter, yeah. in that semi-final encounter. The two, I mean,
legged affairs between Omni Basa
and the goals and all that. Tactical, I mean, switch and all that. Typical back three. In persons, Francisco Acerbi, good old Acerbi, 37-year-old. Still Ogusuko and Kodin say Alejandro Bastoni. I mean, 2 years ago against Man City, he play a very impactful role in that way. Just City, I mean, edge above them, and or Dimarco, or left side of friend is saying
defense.
But I mean, inverted
wing back.
The bomb inverted. I mean, players are on Denzel. I mean, Dumfries. And normally they had Barcelona no. Under 2-3 minutes, don't mind your first goal. Was Spain. And our boss system they are very compact. Inter Milan team no. And now I can no disrespect to to Inter Milan team say Memenda no. And him bed because like I say PSG players are materials are hit Inter Milan. But Inter so I believe the Inter so identify all those threats. And it's not going to be easy because it's a finale game.
But you also side with the calls.
Midfield no. Midfield no. O'Shea Nicolo Barella. Hakan Kanabo. And Mkhitaryan. And these are guys are consistently Italian Serie A no. These guys, you know, they are top players. Now in Thuram, striking department Thuram and then Lautaro Martinez. Come on. Also attack no. I think me and also annoying and coming against Desiree any Dembélé any Kvaratskhelia said Bakula first second half and on the best start here. And also very very potent. It's a game 50.
And how do you see it? I want you to just like Eko predicted Paris Saint-Germain to take it. So
Luis Enrique edge 2015 against Juventus there were Olympiad Stadium in Berlin or Juve 3-1. So okay, MNSA. Messi,
Neymar,
Suarez.
Yes.
And they came to the party. Suarez, second goal. After Rakitic, started early goal. Equalize goal. Morata share, you know. Rakitic, Suarez, second goal. Neymar had a free kick, nice free kick. And I'm the Luis Enrique and the Gemma. And that experience, you know, on the side of Luis Enrique, you know. Yes. Obetimi I had Simon Inzaghi
right
on the denti me drift towards a PSG victory, you know, right. on the night. Right. But the bad thing I'm a PSG. Ejumani nyana and I kwaka no diamond midfield no. You have good players. Yao Neves, a friend is or a tackler. Or good intercepting passes. Any idea? Good. You know, Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, that Portuguese chap, Vitinha. They very technical players in the middle of PSG. They are very good, and on any day they can dismantle any team. So, the year Liverpool. That was the toughest year Liverpool. Had played. Before that game, that was the toughest. Because Liverpool, was leading the table.
The league phase.
The league phase. I consider, you know, International, I consider the least number of goals. But I will share PSG, Juma, BD after the first leg, I said Liverpool taking lead. But Anfield. Start playing now, holding the ball and pressing. One pass just broke our line. Dembélé at the Koya Nyadwa. Slightly, no, PSG, Luis Enrique experience, you know, me PSG on the day.
Okay, Abusafo, until live on Inside the Game, no, what a conca, what a also and so sonka, Kama so we nina jitum, say a Paris Saint-Germain, and a favorite, say on left the title no on Saturday. Now we are going on to the big screen. Now, Okoswa, we have some of the facts and figures. And so a backy. the reason why me say we na the big screen the gusu ni chere we a obeja tum say bobo ko am di Paris Saint-Germain Saturday bia wo mo na said and share city no wo benya ade no na for the first time in their history so aya bakosem Champions League ni mo se see ade that screen so no we the toss me no European Cup final and as a Champions League final no yebo a team of France and Italy wo mu hia na first time na omuhia no 1993 AC Milan and Olympique Marseille ni hia Marseille boboko na sa time na be Pele ya ye maestro no ho omo hia AC Milan ka ba ko a wo mantimante etojo Olympia Stadium na sa final year ba be course between Inter and PSG no one of 4 European Cup finals ye born wo Munich 3 of those finals no ye born Olympia Stadium no enso so no metima say we the second time ye born Munich but the earlier 4 na ye born enso so Munich Mpotemo no eto dwa 3 eto dwa Olympia Stadium ana mutere no so hwe a 1978-79 Nottingham Forest she Mamu ana Marseille enso she AC Milan 93 de no ana Borussia Dortmund so she Juventus wo mu nyina na o me first time winners afen na o mu ba be Champions League ni bie Chelsea the recent one na eto do Munich we dey to so menu a ye bo Champions League final Allianz Arena no ho na nyame ya adoma Saturday be bo no Chelsea so o mbo 1-1 na after extra time penalties no Chelsea she buy 4-3 na afen na Chelsea so yes abakosem ni bie enti kama say anytime ye bo final bia European Cup ana Champions League final awo Munich as in omo kropon mu no those 4 previous final no Tembia de sini.
I mean,
and Berlin na mo 2015 ye born Berlin ya man wo Munich.
Okay. Berlin.
Unse wo your Berlin for stadium an kasa wo na Olympia Stadium.
Okay.
Eti anu ye de tie na ye ko PSG. Nsam kakra form ho. Eti big screen so no ye se ko na ye se di nkomo. Ye wi abadwafo ha. Na se de o medical aka no. Ya hwe. Eti director be boy na ye ko the big screen so. This is Paris Saint-Germain. Players no after omutimi che eye PSG omani giye pa. Now, what you are seeing right now on the screen is a PSG for no. This is their second European Cup and that's a Champions League final. Mukwakobo since 2019-20. Bayern Munich for sure meka bakwa omentimiante. Lisbon. Now, PSG for they could become the 24th team winning Champions League and that's a European Cup ni bi. Na trophy no yenye new name. Enye the old names ni bi na here then ye twere gu. And for the second time running no, utim say in 3 seasons, ye baba benya teams omunya nhiada Champions League ni mu a omo ba bebo earlier on 2023 na Man City ni Inter omo tibi hia and this time ye nya PSG Inter omo ekwakohia and only one French side and etimi awini bi say American ka no Marseille omo hye AC Milan eka baako omo etimi atie 1993 no omo achi no Reims called 1956 1959 omo etimi anje Saint-Étienne so ball 1976 omo etimi anje Marseille ball 1991 and Sana 93 on Babeji. Monaco so 2004 woman tianje and a PSG for ye woman Bayern Munich and Zukoshia echo woman tianje. So where ye PSG one more fact that time ko anim na ye Ebra am say near side enti ye boama ahwefo woman with the facts and figures are back 2 teams na woman eba babeshia and what they have at stake say on betimi the alpha all the eyeballs are on this Saturday. So echo on this particular one, what are you saying? Not direct time the next slide.
I mean, clearly it tells you even before Odid Sanames we
yes.
like many else when I can clearly everything is in favor of PSG.
And right now, do you know say this will be PSG for no? Say or the battle screen is what Yahweh for. We be PSG for omu free final or major UEFA competition. Now omu record nye omu winning 1 out of 4 finals. Omo lose 3. So back in 1995-96, na Cup Winners' Cup. Omo win the Rapid Vienna. That is the only European title omo team winning. In modern day era, PSG team winning Champions League, Cup Winners' Cup. And omo team boy then ekwaje and 96 Super Cup omo lose 2-9 aggregate to Juventus. First leg no omo go home. Yes, omo 6-1 Parc des Princes. And I we no ekwaje 3-1 and so Allianz Stadium. And 1996, so Cup Winners' Cup, no, Omulusu to Barca. And 2019-2020 Champions League, Bayern Munich. Yeah. So you could clearly see, say, PSG for they know it at the back of their minds. So this is one other thing.
And send watch and conference as well. Marseille had no money just watch it.
Bebre.
I mean, for that long time,
with just one Champions League.
French club began to mean Champions League.
Yeah.
It tells you that's why Marseille for still they regard Dembélé as one of their greatest
Marseille
Desailly and those guys. But I think so for me clearly this time around. In 2015, was it 2015 Omulusi?
2019, 2020.
Yes.
2019, 2020.
COVID period.
Under Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
Omulusi, and I think that Omoko into this game, it will come back to their mind.
If it will come back to your mind, let's go once again and check this.
Right.
Champions League winner Barcelona, one coach Luis Enrique Martinez Garcia, 2015, all the Juventus for Etico Cup for Luis Enrique is the only 10th coach already European Cup with different clubs. So only 6 of them and the team is and Hapoel only be with final 1970 and then Hamburg in 1983 although call final Ottoman Hitzfeld also with Dortmund 1997 2001 with Bayern and then Jose Mourinho so with Porto the and some of Chelsea and then to Inter although treble Italy man omunya hu bibio no Job Heynckes also Real Madrid 1998 Bayern Munich 2013 and then Carlo Ancelotti AC Milan 203, 207, Real Madrid 2014 or 2022, 2025. Making it as the most successful coach in the history of the Champions League. And then Pep Guardiola with Barca 2009, 2011, and Man City or Babaji 2023. No? So that is some of the facts about Inter Boku.
I mean,
and
PSG.
PSG. Sorry,
I mean,
that Paris Saint-Germain.
So clearly, like Yakano, I think say it will come a bit more trim.
Yeah.
Going into this game.
I
mean, a bit more trim clearly. But I believe say Omo manager what left trophy in the and
so
some manager
you're going Inter for almost na almost dash no Inter for them say ni zo mra ayi achebi she go no you can clearly see say na ani na omatimenya from that comeback Ronaldo Araujo mo de omani basa for no omani mu hancho omani da so
I mean clearly but I think say and make us say for PSG, Omo coach Wajibi pay, and he knows how it feels to lift that trophy. And I believe say into this game, also in Kasembi said there will be tactical switching inside no. I mean, what's the I mean Inzaghi is one you be brought to me.
Inzaghi one you be bring my enko Inter no. Na hwe omo de no. Eti abusua oni ye nante ye gusu a ye di nkobodify UCL Final no a Basso Alliance Arena Munich this Saturday. Tia Havana Tema Horna Sempa FM UCL Final no ebeto Empire ebedwa. Now Inter recording the European Cup finals they say Omako 6 times. Oma win 3 and Oma lose 3. 63-64 Inter share Real Madrid miensa Emma Madrid tika mu bako. And then 64-65 Inter winning 1-0 against Benfica from Portugal. Now 66-67 Omo lose to Celtic from Scotland 2-1 and then 71-72 Ajax Omo 2-0. And now back at Jose Mourinho do Omo Jedon 2009 2010 Omo share Bayern Munich 2-0 and then 2022-2023 Man City Eshom Ekabako Mentimantie. So Nyame Yadma so Omo timi win this particular one ebaso between Omo PSG now. It will take them to 4 European Cups and as a Champions League. In modern day era no, it will be their second time after that 2010 you know. Our level with Ajax behind only Real Madrid watching 15 times, Milan are just 7, Bayern Munich, Liverpool almost 6 and Barcelona so 5. They are currently on 3 alongside Manchester United. So United are get 3, Inter get 3 going into the final no. Inter for him so almost yeah. We'll be almost 4th time. And also with this, you know, do you think that it will also have impact on the final like Barcelona?
I think that per the board no so no.
Yeah.
And screen no so no.
Yeah.
Clearly say Inter will a certain pedigree in this prestigious competition.
Yeah.
After say Omo Enya 1965 Omo winning you know 2010 it took Jose Mourinho to winning for them. And that alone it's enough motivation for Simone Inzaghi and Emranteno. I mean, say PSG, you know, at the back of their mind, say 2010, 2019, 2020, Thomas Tuchel, Bayern Munich, Jeffrey Omunseguno. I think say on motivation will be say I mean they are 3 times champions.
Yeah.
And they want to match the likes of Ajax, Mona, and Barcelona of 5, right? Barcelona of 5.
So I'm going to be doing Ajax in
Ajax Babepe.
Around Man United 3-3.
Babepe, yes, and like Yansani Abroso, no. 2 teams.
And before you end, you know, Inter for no. Omni had the last Italian side of winning the Champions League, you know, 2010.
2010.
There are only one other Serie A club feature in the final.
AC Milan.
Since and you know, for 80 years share woman, Bayern from Madrid 30 years ago. You went to follow suit to you can't say Barca 2015 and 2017 so Barcelona, you know, Real Madrid respectively. One say Real Madrid from 2017, Ronaldo, Sani Caesar kicking now or yes against Juventus. So it is only Juve and Omako final 2 times after Inter for no 2010. But now and Italian clubs, no, they've been able to win 12 European Cups and I say UEFA Champions League finals in about 17 12 out of 17 in the Champions League era. 5 times and winning and 9 defeats. So it tells you say in time favor when they go into the final, winning 5, losing 9.
At least, but in France, at least France who just won.
Marseille,
you know. But I think say say when England, England and then Spain they rise and they almost normally dominating. See, since 2009, 2010 Inter J and Juve finals under Allegri.
Allegri,
but almost losing.
2015,
so clearly, I think say also in Kazem almost also fancy their chance. Oh, we can match Ajax.
And now Zulu Bobo lose 3-2 to Sevilla in 2020 UEFA Europa League final. Meaning say record in the UEFA finals overall no. Say modern winning 8 and lose 6. So you can clearly see, say with that particular one after 2010, winning, 2020, UEFA Europa League, you know. But and Inter for now winning 3 of 5 UEFA Cup and I say Europa League, you know, finals. Both European or South America Cups, lose to Atletico Madrid and so or UEFA Super Cup anymore. So come and say ever since that time now. You can't say 2010 you know.
And you see, also in Casemiro managing about their squad, but there Adebayo could be a honor
very experienced.
I say you
yes.
On the PSG side, you know. Unsa o Casemiro say akoye Marseille pay. But PSG this time around, CCR no. I say omuko drew final no. Obekaya their second league game against Arsenal. French Ligue 1 game against FC Nantes, they postponed it.
Of course.
And I think according to FrenchFootball.com, on minor in what gym?
One can say taking or as a conscious effort.
Of course,
players.
No. Into the PSG against the return leg against Arsenal, they had a whole 1 week rest preparing for the second leg time. So it tells you how PSG club, France mining now more percent, and that is why I see say PSG they have an edge over Inter this time around. Of course, all these are numbers,
and
but
of course these are numbers, these are facts.
Of course, you can't argue. You can't argue. No, far from that.
We're fact, and director, I think I was saying here because of time, the lineups are 2 coaches, you know, where we are starting with Paris Saint-Germain. Also, if you have Donnarumma, we are talking about the best squad available for Owurade Dide, Luis Enrique Martinez, Garcia Lucho. Donnarumma in post.
Fantastic.
You have the 4-back, Hakimi, Marquinhos, William Pacho. All this while, and then Nuno Mendes at the back. You have João Neves. Vitinha will be in the heart of the midfield. About distribution, about progressive, transiter. And they also have Fabian Ruiz, who will be also helping in terms of the blocks, interception, along with Neves. And then a new one. It's like he said, Desiree Doué will start. Dembélé will be played as the first number 9, and then Kicha Kvaratskhelia from the left side of attack. What's your take on the lineup if all things being equal? Luis Enrique Ribekomo.
Fantastic lineup. Donnarumma. I think say watch for this competition. Crucial saves after saves against Liverpool and at Anfield. And you know, I think that they were knocked out already.
Yeah.
Oshe saves and the penalty save our CV against Darwin Nunes.
Yeah.
And the Omo progress final. No?
Yeah.
Donnarumma, I mean, of course, he's coming against good old Jan Soma, Inter Milan. Also against Barcelona, also
Top
notch
saves the part
and all that.
Crucial
And
saves.
the final, back line now of 4 now.
Yeah.
Hakimi, Mendes,
Pacho,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
They are used or you use more inverted.
Yeah.
I want to me back.
Yeah.
And recovery have good recovery rate. They are
retention,
almost surgery back near there. I mean crosses near there. And you have
in-swing crosses.
And tactical variation. They are not.
And you see, Ousmane Kasembi earlier. This is the lineup.
Yeah.
But when PSG are in possession of the
ball,
Hakimi will move, join. Neves will go and slot in.
Yes.
Because Mendes will move forward. Now, very back. So, also when some kind tactical switches, we see a lot of those things
during the game.
Yeah, you be bring away Adom
win balls and all that.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, orchestra. Between orchestra, I mean, very comfortable with the ball.
And
Fabian Ruiz go against Arsenal.
Brilliant. And who's your forward line? Brilliant. I mean, do it or
Bakola.
Sankrofo no.
Too small on that case, no.
They are only a cut and paste. Say do no buy, you don't see the difference. Bakola no buy, you don't see the difference. The same thing.
They give you the same output.
I mean, Saturday there. I mean, there was also Biaba.
All right, that time ko Inter there no. Now you hear almost so there Simone Inzaghi. Now this is it. Jan Soma Arsenal also there can he will be at post for Inter. You have the Vrag, Acerbi, and Bastoni. As you are 3-5-2. So you have Dumfries like Mokano as an inverted wing back on a Çalhanoğlu. But then don't forget, Dimarco will be the one who will be from the left side. But Çalhanoğlu, Barella, and then Mkhitaryan in the midfield, and then any more two no, Bella, Taru Martinez, Marcus Thuram.
I think say Deville always Ora Bisek. Is injured.
He's injured.
Okay, and I haven't picked that information.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Trey, I think only very compact. This team is
as of now,
very compact.
Injuries, only Kimpembe now still are doubtful for Paris Saint-Germain. But if you go to Inter, Pavard is doubtful with physical discomfort, but he will be available for the game. You also have Zielinski, who is muscle injury, suffering from muscle injury. Therefore, you also have crucial ligament injury for Carboni, but on part and parcel of the team, and then Bisek with muscle injury. So these are the players maybe likely available, and this happens to be the best players available for now. Team my probable lineup.
And good good backup. Yes. Carlos Augusto. Obeboa Di Marco against Barcelona. Lami Yamal or the Carlos Augusto you say or the Fantasy. David Fantasy so eba middle ebe yi Mkhitaryan now so abre then there was Zielinski, but unfortunately Zielinski won't be available for the final. A good backup and call striking department.
Muscle injury could be available. He will be part of the squad.
We have Mehdi Taremi.
Marko Anatovic.
Good. Anatovic, a good old, very experienced. That Australian international, no, very good. And the backup and also is it for me way no crowded midfield crowded midfield. The battle is going to be this finale. I know, and all of us will know. So it's going to be a midfield battle.
Yeah. So as he says, a bare midfield battle.
Good. So that's where technically PSG will edge. They will edge.
So that's why I want director to help us with the pass sequence, pass sequence of Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, go now Dembélé share,
Yeah, against us now.
Look at the pass. 27, but it's 28. Because where the ball is going and only making it 28.
So
So you saw it started from the back line.
So, Yeah, discuss PSG. Make I say they want to keep the ball on one side. So because Omo Bona Ube Pese Ube Bain Abejibon then
one splitting pass.
It will break the team down.
I don't know.
Break you down.
But who's also in social media say Inter for Rombe midfield.
But you see, and that is what I'm saying. I mean, and that's perfect. And that because Omunim says Omu midfield in far they've stopped PSG.
Yeah.
But Sankro for me say no Mujina technically Evans.
Yeah.
Fabio
and then Vitinha.
Yeah.
Those three players, so much mean consistency, a butcher.
Yeah.
So when Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets partnership.
Yeah.
No. These three players, we can make reference to them.
So it's like the 2015 as Luis Enrique did with Barcelona.
Exactly.
Perfect
example. And who said those days now? Those days now. Barcelona, whether Pep Guardiola or Luis Enrique time, no, the transition is start from the midfield.
Yeah. We're not that so there, but on my own court, that time my own court, Inter so
first goal. This first goal was Fabian Ruiz.
Yeah. The
second leg, right? Second leg, no.
No, this is the first leg.
This is the first
leg. I think he scored a goal in the 4th minute.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was Emirates Stadium.
Yeah.
And Dembélé shares our goal. So it was a 28 passes sequence. And Dembélé did this particular goal. David Ryan Timian.
Because they are ball possession side. I mean, they are very possessive with the ball. Very, very possessive with the ball. Luis Enrique, ni days at Barcelona, no. That tiki-taka, no. That tiki-taka, no. The team be very oriented with that tiki-taka. And they be a ball. This sequence now, no. And yet, one for Luis Enrique side. The side be they possess, they dominate. And you know, and that will be replicated in the final.
So you will see something like this
in the final
between the Paris Saint-Germain players. Maybe build up, remember, starting from the back line, and then they'll be giving themselves passes. And if
this once when it's not a dispersed pass. No. What right side of the field.
From Hakimi,
then they are locating Dembélé up there. Into one defensive pass. Splitting pass.
The pass is the other one.
They are done with you.
Sure.
They are done with you. It's the same as the team Inter Milan.
Director has brought this.
The team Inter Milan. Before the team Inter Milan bought similar pattern.
And I wanted director to bring that one before the one which is on the screen. The other passes. I mean, there's another one. The Inter for so this is Arsenal. No, Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal. Inter Inter for Susubi. Not this one, but
not this one. But against Barcelona, no. Oshe first go Desert that Dumfries. Oshe samu prepare ball na. I mean, carries the ball. One pass. Look at Dumfries. Right side. Good.
Yeah. And now the man.
Barca defense line. No. Stretch. And as I pass.
So that space. That's almost
similar pattern. That's why I said. Tactical variations in there
for the purposes of time,
very superior, no. And I'm seeing say, Luis Enrique, no. I mean, will get it right.
Now, check out in terms of the revenue and money spent. Between these two teams ahead of the grand finale. Said director Edibet to screen so I'm here for live on Inside the Game. Now 138 million euros is a revenue from European competition and PSG. Ahead of this final. From the time I started Champions League, bono compared to Inter, almost 137 million euros revenue made from the European competition. And then if you check it out, in terms of the sportsmanship, almost sponsors now, you kind of say Nike, almost also Musicapa, that is you kind of say Interfono. Omenya from Nike, Sikapa, Puduoho, then compared to Jordan, PSG, so Omo from Sika, Ometimeniano, and Yesikawa. And if we check the 923.5 million euros estimated squad value, PSG wana, I think people will be charging them, football fans, say some coming to the party, they have to live up to the billing as compared to 663.8 million euros estimated squad of Inter. But about to say, 808 million euros operating revenue for FY. That is the football, you kind of say, revenue in terms of January. Compared to 407 million euros.
And that's almost
half of it. And don't forget, say we are talking about oil money.
Of course.
The Qatar Sports Investment, QSI for no. So ultimately, if compare Inter, will this one also have impact on the grand finale?
Look at the estimated squad value. So it tells you some more quality.
Yeah.
You know. So I think say near what will come to the party on Nyamboa Saturday is about the quality. You know, because in this high profile game, you know, if we are good, you are good. And we are good on the field of play, that's where we are going to see say we are good. And for me, like there are many also with our discuss, you know, from PSG where they started our baby finals on my baby do no quality and common do to me do baby on way do no. Of course, sometimes maybe you might maneuver some games in the way we need in the hard way what we could do on them. But for me, I think that Saturday we are going to watch a proper game.
Yeah.
But I believe say the quality. I be who Saturday. If it will come out, you be from PSG side.
All right. And see, ma that time for picture about na Inter for no. Ba ku ye tuntun
and it's a very
black and white. Black and white. Now this picture no also in unwa. What comes to mind? This particular picture. And it is Inter.
National Milano.
Yeah. Well, for the purpose of time, I'm in short tomorrow. This is semi-final exit of the Coppa Italia against AC Milan. They're all down. No? And then if you check, say, Como, woman or boy, and so Napoli with Antonio Conte, on Babajidi Free or Musem Noir, or meant to defend this Scudetto. No. So they are they going to have a trophyless season?
You see, Ousmane analyze the Inter team, no?
Yeah.
Where De Vrij is coming in, the absence of Bisek.
Yeah.
We say Inter Arsenal first game they were Milan, and I feel say Bisek it was a big clubs and they keep an eye on him. Or very good, and I think in this
Jan
game,
Bisek,
they are going to miss him. I don't mean G. Vigil and this
when you need Croatia for guy,
but. Honestly, because we were tagging Inter to win the treble.
Even Jose Mourinho came out and said,
you know,
he said after the time, you know, Tama as an intermediate treble.
But unfortunately, another team, they are good at what they do. PSG are so good that so which me look at his weak spot. It's very difficult. But for me. But one shot, I mean, obviously, send my prediction. Inter will end the season.
We'll go to the next one, which is the next slide. Director Ababuamia already did Luis Enrique Martinez Garcia Lucho Aquina. Not this one. This one will have to be the last. We will discuss about it. But yes, this one. 2008-2009, and Guardiola with Barcelona, ultimate treble. No, he went to Manchester City and repeated this feat by winning yet another treble, Champions League, FA Cup, the Premier League. And now Luis Enrique 2014-15 with MNS, you know, or the Champions League, Copa del Rey, and then the La Liga. Now 2024-25, Wadi Coup de France. Now you was almost for the Fala. And now Saturday is so. Do you think, sir, at the end of the day, Luis Enrique will do it, or Simone Inzaghi, he will break the chance to be one of the coaches or the Interbobo Kuno at the Champions League, and not just any Champions League, their fourth title.
We hear also for Difobiano Abekacho also
chatting. Yes, Luis Enrique in the chat at all. I think that I see him breaking that jinx, breaking that jinx to clinch almost first ever Champions League. I mean, trophy for Paris Saint-Germain.
And the second for France.
KIC for Qatar Sports Investment on my end. So, I mean, 928 million euros. Charlie, and yet, Sika Ketwa. And don't invest Sasika way very so well that a young squad on building, very young squad building. I mean, unlike Inter Milan squad.
That for permutation, in fact, the prediction.
I mean, Dudona. Squad and a woman.
So yeah, the Champions League, you know, also
average.
Sorry for me coming in. Yeah, the baby, you know, Cecia no Opta, any supercomputer, I say, PSG, any favorite, so on the chance, no, Yama PSG for no said directly to Swa 53.6% advantage, whilst 46.4 echo. edema Inter. So omo mbeko fikesi mu no with this particular analysis kakra ya per the way at the NCT there are other more stats but due to time factor yentimi enwura mu but o head kakra ya PSG for no you think this is their time?
Of course, this is their time. Sure, but no could do baby no who say winner. You can feel it. You can, and only cramp on our share how they play. You can feel that. Share this is their year. And we saw typical and this PSG side. I'm not sure say they will bottle it.
Okay.
This time around.
Okay.
Like the Arsenal, and when the Premier League now be show me some I don't see this PSG doing
right. Abuja, you are watching Inside the Game live on Adom TV YouTube channel. So your favorite podcast. Otiase, my catcher say we usual host Eric Asiedu Buedi, KG1 Ankasa, Mimidini Evans, Kwabena Sapon, Ofremi Kane Van Vita, the sports card Amejo. So you are discussing a lot. We've analyzed the game and PSG are the ones I yati promo. So Saturday Champions League, you know. Will the goals of football be favorable to PSG? The next edition, we will see what will unfold this Saturday. Black Stars of Ghana, Enra, G-Tech Community Stadium. Austin, let me start from you. Ankoye, what are you saying? I mean,
I think that Unity Cup, no, first half, no, Senewaka, Ankoye, but omu bomu more than in the second half. I will share, you know.
Yeah.
Players, so many changes in the team. My such performance in the second half. First half, no, two defensive errors leading to goal. One on goal from Razak Simpson. Obiawa share 4 goals in the Ghana Premier League.
As a defender,
confidence, consistency. But that stage, you know, Otimi panike those errors, no, first half, no.
Let me ask you this: as you are highlights, you know, live on the screen. I have forbidden me. I'm asking, say, this particular goal by would you blame Gideon Mensah for being too bossy, for being as a officer or Jinhudi be senior man be no Tiantia, Aaron S. and can't be the man as I go by.
You are right. I mean, Ejuma also in one year, and always posy. Razak Simpson. Emmanuel Coy, that miss kick now. Go no. You see one at Dizzy Edibo no at what's name. And ultimately blame Benjamin Asari. I mean, you are playing 2 defenders, central defenders are bomu honda. That telepathy, that chemistry, that bond or that understanding wasn't there. Wasn't there, and it's difficult in such. They compare Nigeria. Center pair na any Ajayi West Brom Anyamechi is Slavia Prague, right? Or Slavia Prague, and Olympiacos. I think one of Olympiacos was Slavia
clubs and all.
Stefan Ambrosios was Stengalen. This year on Shadam French player was Stengalen, you know. Alexander Juku. And I said Salisu, you know, your typical 3-back. Nanka Simpson Eshen Finfia. Then there's a learning curve, Olympiacos. Good. Yeah. So thank you.
So the center half for Nigeria was Ogbu and that of Semi Ajayi.
And Tinanya one said first half, no, yes, but second half, no, I mean, fantastic. Mze Utuado went back to the drawing board and changes. For second half, no. So it was game of 2 halves. First half, you say Nigeria for dominating. I mean, I almost press my committee those errors they are leading to one own goal. And until Salis and so on in Juma. So second goal now, Abdul Salis and Juma. Salis Najuma no say you anchor all the time, all protect back four no. Man who say yes Juma no to perfection because Konaya by ya. Well, Salis, Ejani Maka, Ajayi had a ball, no, and a ball, Kobo, Razak Simpson, a ball, Ekoto, Benjamin Sari, be on the position, not on member, not try, say, or Timia or recover, but by second half, you changes by and that young child, Bonsu, Christopher Bonsuba, is very, very good. Jenk or Belgium, very, very good, very, very good. And Kamaldin Sufrimode, Rienchi, Caleb Rienchi, number 5 JC, right? Or call Sergey forward, echo headed ball, I think 2 times or so.
Sure.
Jordan Lupi Bobby Mana. or jump above the marker. Our head the ball, crazy, you know. And second half of the Ghana really did well. They came into the game, despite the fact that squad no and a new squad, a lot of changes. Favorite players are Semenyone, Kudus, Partey, and the likes.
Yeah.
And Nigeria started with only one local player.
Yeah.
As against Ghana, yes, three local players.
That's Alimi.
Yes, three local, two local players.
Alimi and Ishmael.
Good. Say Chipa United, Mukipa Ngwabali or Chipa United to South Africa.
Yeah.
And fine. That's good. And then you say been 2-1. You could see say Nigerians were clearly ahead of us.
All right.
I mean they were clear. And say.
So what's your expectation? Short one. I mean on Trinidad.
Well, I expect that. I think first game, most of them, Kwame Poku in the second or starting or in the second second round.
Yeah, the second
9 goals in all competitions. And you're bad, but Kwame Poku is still not there. I mean, man, started free bench and I think say not to or Juma is a very good player, but Uja Ononkwa I was expecting say Christopher Bonsu and Jordan. I don't know what behind Kwame Poku or Buana Kakra in terms of settling down passes there. But who is that? Who maybe Kwame Poku Babeche baller. I don't know why Kwame Poku's on his own.
So concerning Brandon Thomas Asante, the goal, no, Benjamin Asai made some crucial saves. I mean something on that, and then see. Okay. Why? Ko.
Me that dream.
That dream.
What you say? You call 2022 FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, Qatar.
You call ball friendly games me, Brazil and Nicaragua. If you want to call ball
Switzerland.
What you say?
Yeah.
You buy, or be on your account if you're not on your account. The dance sportsman is on your account.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah.
These games you have call ball lending.
Kasa memum na mame na into.
No, me pese me nya abotwe na me kasa.
Be kasa memum na to ni ye.
So games here ball lending a invitational tournament.
Yeah.
Enye ye na organize it. Omo transfer.
Afro Sport for na organize.
I'm organize it.
Yeah.
Inti says sports minister so on the
or UK.
Let's go members in now ho. They should do the needful.
Okay.
Pacho.
Omu hu akonta magana for.
They should just do the needful. Baby Black Stars ni baby an share. I baby do this time. Omo winning back to back against Chad Madagascar. No, a man for a study a DH. No, they shouldn't more for coin. Kuti coin be.
There's a man cash cow.
So we there are the sports minister. We bar we enye gidi be our bar. No about the chichi.
Okay.
Transparency.
Okay.
Games na nkasa.
I think me support me no.
Okay.
Game no. Me kasa ho one players or more suspicion. Suspicious. Players or more suspicious. Yabwe Brendan Thomas Asante, ni game no ni go no share in there. I mean brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean who the last time Black Stars a cutting from the winger
and
or
then
a tapping to the I mean a check papa.
Okay.
So for me, for Benjamin Asari, you can spare him.
Yeah.
Also in Akasafa goes no concern. You can't entirely blame him. You know, but I think that is a new side. My only disappointment will be say Yamasa and Crawford winning a chance, but subsequent games you won't move.
Right. I was
and Sunday busy. Sunday busy.
Okay.
Sunday busy. Sunday wakano. Sunday busy.
This was Inside the Game, brought to you by our wonderful team. Nanama and Abilonzi, super, our wonderful cameraman, our super technicians, sound, everybody, director, Omunina Aboduma, director Mike, super director there. Inside the Game, me better mu Edma Kejuan Ankasa, Eric Asirubodi. And at the end, it was more of the UCL Final. Yes, PSG and Obeje. Yami Adoma Saturday, Ghana and Trinidad and Tobago. Send a besiako in our next episode. Yaba be bobo home. I'm a BBI kama. Midi any Evans. Kwabena Sapon. Offer me Kane. Van Vita the sports card that made so. Yami Adumwa. Yebe Sensia. Now unsubscribe ya. Subscribe. Like it. O comment no. Fatwa Sibri Sibuno. Yebe Kinkan Ediamao. Ya Shabaranke.
Share.